Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My dear sisters, so beyond to saying, yes, this is Adama, your admin. My dear sisters, today I didn't work. I didn't work. Yes, I'm at home relaxing, but not relaxing fully because or bad yet. You don't have time to relax. Even if you're at home, you have a lot of stuff doing at home. This issue of women in marriage who are really doing lots of things that are really bad. You know, yesterday I read somewhere a married woman, she phone. She took her husband's phone. She was going through her husband's phone and she saw pictures, nude pictures of somebody that she's very close with. Said the husband is going out with the person. Now, what the petrol egunoho aso well oko or mano who's going to take care of these kids? It's high time, women. There are some things that is not for us. Look, why is it that whenever a woman is praying, they're like a mother's prayer, mame empire? Women are naturally powerful. Some of you don't know how powerful you are, and you don't know the kind of strength that God has put on you, but you always see yourself as useless. Say there's nothing that is really good working for you. Control oba utiemia. Those of you who have put all your hope, all your love, all your head in a man's head, it's high time you separate the two. In life, you never know when something can strike in your life. You don't know when a man will tell you, say, I'm fed up with you, I'm sick and tired of you, I have regretted marrying you, which the very man who proposed to you that he loves you can turn out to be your worst enemy. Yesterday also in Douala, somewhere in Cameroon, this man decided to butcher his kids, his 4 kids. So is a true story. In Douala, this man decided to butcher his 4 kids because the wife was cheating on him, and he decided to end the lives of these innocent kids. So the person who was narrating the story, narrated the story that somewhere around dawn, the wife woke him up saying, hey, sorry, now there's a heavy noise in the neighbor's house. May Patrol get up and go and find out what is happening. When they knocked on the door, the man was inside with the kids. Now we're first kind, so mano, and the kids were crying, Daddy, don't do that to us. So Daddy, we beg, Daddy, please. The man was like, hey, neighbors, go and sleep. This is not your problem. I'm ending my life and I'm ending these kids' life. Look, kids are innocent in whatever happens. So, and there are some things, Emma, when you think of your kids, you just live for them. I keep saying that a woman who sits and bibia, if somebody will even tell her that she's pretty, she wants that prettiness to come from a man's mouth. If your husband doesn't tell you so you are pretty, you yourself ain't you pretty. If your husband doesn't give you your money, if he doesn't give you money to buy something you want to buy, can't you buy that for yourself? If a man doesn't feed you, my sister, if you are able to feed yourself, ain't you doing something for yourself? Those of you who sit idle as if you are TVs, as a flat screen TVs without doing anything. Mama and mama. Now when we hear these stories about women and things like this happening to you, our sisters, we feel so sad because Obadia, no matter how wicked you are, when something happens to another woman, you also feel it. You see? Or baby bet now I say, oh, the day my husband will do this to me, I'll kill myself, and then you kill yourself. Has God killed you? Don't you know life is precious? Don't you value your own life? Don't you know that capable, femme capable, what a man can do for himself, you as a woman, you can do for yourself. Some women have helped their husbands. And these husbands who were held by these women, these husbands have turned to be very ungrateful. Some women have helped their husbands to get to the top. Some women, they are so courageous that she'll wake up for 4 a.m. She'll bath the kids. She'll cook. She'll go out and go and work and come back home. Just for her husband not to feel that there is a hochre with you. Not for her husband to feel that life is so hard. Women, we are capable of doing that. But ungratefulness, because of ungratefulness, some men, as soon as they start having money, they hide everything from you. They are like, why do I have to let this woman know? Oba wa bua bema no. But bema ni enye sikano. He forgets someone abuano. So this woman they know. I don't have to show my wife that I've received this amount. I've received this huge amount of check. Then he will start spending the money with other women. He will start giving the money to other people. Some men even give money to other women in your presence, and when you ask them to give you that money, no. When he asks them to give you that money, he'll be like Minisika. Furniture nyame. Such men, Let me take the dearest brother and uncle, Titi. Enye taxi driver nor rebate. Why not share soap opera? Those sitcoms, those little TV sitcoms that we're all watching. A Titi, taxi driver. I don't even know his name. Some Tete or some Nati or whatever. What then a downfall by is a woman, because he refused to do what he was supposed to do, and then he has to run after people on social media for people to help him pay his rent. All the time that he was having that rent, the time he was having that money, the woman who was there for him, no, he didn't look up to that woman. He was so ungrateful. So, oh, me da makwa jao, makwa meni me jao, menye ske jao, mabo bre jao, o jai obano. And obano seb obano wenwo. Ne mano so they have become some people in the society. I believe that his own kids, they are all working. They are ajete feel some. Okay, thank you, Ohima. So you see, stories need to be brave. Stories need to be brave. Be me bia. Or bet na wa won shanegere. Or ba won in a bobra. Or ba wo bua be mano. My sister, meant na ho ensu. Don't cry. You can also do something for yourself. My sister, don't go to bed. Don't bear it so madai. Adie chibia e anopa foforo is a new day. Sawoda na adie chia is a brand new day for you. It's a day for you to also do what? If for rattrape. French people will say rattrape. Rattrape meaning what you couldn't do yesterday, you can do it today, my sister. What you couldn't do yesterday, you can do it today. Don't wait for a man to destroy you. Some women are in the mental hospitals. Some women, there's nothing that can be done for them. Their life, they are just waiting for that call, and then they'll leave this earth. Because generation no woman should sit idle and saying that she can't do anything for herself. If you sit and you put your hope, you put your hope, your love, your everything in a man, no? My sister, when you get betrayed, a better than a dambo amount. Trust me, Adama, as I'm talking to you, I'm also a married woman. But I don't put my hope, I don't put my love, I don't put my energy, I don't put everything in my husband, saying that my husband is a l'homme capable, that my husband can do everything for me. I see myself that I can do something for myself. There's so many things I don't need to ask a man to do it for me. I do it for myself, and I'm happy because I work. You see, our generation is different from yesterday's generation. The generation that we are in, we haven't really understood this new generation. This generation, there's too much exposure in our generation. You get it? That was in 10 years back, there was nothing like somebody can even WhatsApp your husband and talk to your husband. If your husband doesn't take his car and go to a woman's house, there is no communication. For now, technology has made things very simple for men to cheat. you sit with your husband, you are on your matrimonial bed with your husband, talking with your husband, then your husband will be busy with his phone. Oh yeah, chatting with another woman, just like that. No respect for marriage. Until what to honor and ma be bright to why you say yes, we are the women who get cheated in marriage. And when you sit and you also cheat in your marriage, then these same men will be like, I'm divorcing you because I can't live with a woman who cheats. But these men who are cheating, who is talking to these men who are cheating? All these cheating men, even the king of the one advising them not to cheat is even cheating. And to who is advising these men? If we women, if we don't wake up ourselves, my sister, Emrena, Obi making your son can be a doctor. Your son can be a doctor in the future. But because of all this stupidity and all this rubbishness from these men, your son cannot even finish JSS. What to her? And what to her? And you are thinking how you are going to even feed these kids. A man who have 4 kids with you, the man will just wake up one day and he's like, I'm fed up. Everybody says you are a witch, I should leave you. Then he pack his stuff with 4 kids. So 4 kids is not easy. He will pack his stuff and then he will leave your home and then go and be with another woman. Was it because you were a witch? Now, if you were a witch, all these years that you had those 4 kids, all these years that you had those 4 kids, one running them. Sabe man one running them. What that won't be no, a good bay for him. You've had 4 kids with him. So why is it after what sikano was so you bay for? He doesn't eat your food or see your food is tasteless. He prefers to sit outside. He goes out. There is no respect and nobody can tell him to just change the behavior. And we see all that as normal. Look, yesterday I was so it was really amazing. A friend of mine, she has 3 kids with her husband. Yesterday, the husband was cooking. And I'm like, hey, and then was a look at them. My wife says she's always tired though. My wife, Tio, was it my wife says she's always tired because the wife is also empowered. What I say? So because the wife says she's also tired, the guy also feels that, okay, why should I leave everything to the wife to be always doing the cooking and everything? 3 kids. And sebi abrofon kwala na ye wo mu kroma no maso odin to say a friend the donkey in Africa for kwala no. So the guy went to the market and then he went to buy groceries and stuff and then he came to cook in the kitchen. Because Nigeria said she can't be cooking all the time. Well, if it were to be in the African society, hey, mother-in-law day, why can't you cook for my son? My son married you. I said, we are slave. My son married you. You know, sorry to say, even mothers-in-laws and, you know, the in-laws, they have no right to intervene in whatever is happening in your marriage. Your marriage is between that man you are married to and yourself. If something is going wrong, nobody from both sides, if I say nobody, if we know our rights, I think we can also be happy. Me, I'm also married. But no matter what, my in-laws, you have no right to come and tell me how to rule my marriage. You have no right to tell me if I have to do this. Maybe the mother-in-law, hey, my son loves this food though. Okay, mate. But the others, no, obi any right so babe jino achire me. Send ye minsi enkura me fie. Sebi. Ebi a wo mother-in-law no. Send na usi kura wo fie. Say me if I apply it the same way in my marriage, it's not going to work. And sorry to say, look, our mothers-in-laws, they are over 80 years back. And so, mother-in-law, if you are going to tell me how you manage your home, maybe you can tell me the little secrets that a woman can also know in marriage. But telling the woman, imposing what she should do in her marriage is not right. It's high time these in-laws also understand that. Do fiasem. As an in-law, they also have to deal with fiasem. If only there's a big misunderstanding that the families have to come together to solve the issue, it's a different thing. But In-laws who are always there telling you, you don't have to do this. What's right? Maybe I'm too much. Let me know. What's right? Right, Ben or more in that marriage. So, how or bano. Who couldn't how? We in-laws, how? One cause you don't have a peace of mind. Until what, as a woman, when would you relax and have that peace of mind for yourself? You see, that is why sometimes I'm saying that some of you should be a little difficult and work. Even if your husband doesn't want you to work at work. Because the day that he decides to do whatever he wants to do, no, it means that all the years that you've wasted sitting without doing anything now is back to square one, zero. And even difficulties even come when both of you work. Bills, now it's not every bill that you are able to foot those bills. Now, if it's only one-sided that is working now, my sister, what emphasis na eba also. A Germany dear, my sister, who hanasa wo shami, and you sitting there, my sister, and many people you are very lazy. If I say lazy, it's out of sex that you people are lazy. You are lazy because this man can come, he can walk in from anywhere, he can come back home anytime, even at lunch, just to fuck you and go back to work. And see a movie, now because of fucking now one person then my sister, because the very bema now how beka set no dear esika wa ma wo hia niam bebre what twenya yemfa ma what ho say me that my husband there he always tells me love near they call him love near they call him. What to say and now me dear me ti honum say some of you because muhu ya mu de too much muhu aya mu do too much because maybe some men come home and eat and when they come the kids are not there okay and when my sister banana that banana one day they will give you that banana to make a good smoothie out of it. It is what now shiny and you think everything is just jeje. Everything is glittering. Oh, my sister, you never did think I had to and to maybe this a beman you. I'm not the one who said that. Ya want tuma? We have an African print that says Bema enyusumie. Bema enyusumie. I'm not saying that men are bad, but you always have to be il faut être en garde. You always have to be careful because you never know. You don't know who name I don't know. I don't want to work because my kids. Some women are working and their kids are okay. Some women, it's all about how you organize yourself, my sister. If you are well organized, everything can be done. If it's the household chores, it can be done. All your kids will be well taken care of. These kids will also have a good situation and a better situation more than you in the future. I guess every woman who is watching me wants to be proud of her kids. What if you've stayed home all your life and then your kid ends up to be a weed smoker? Theo, say your husband says he hasn't got time. He wants you to take care of the kids. What's nephew? Ashenkwala all your life, and your kid turns out to be a drunkard. Your kid turns out to be a weed smoker. Your kid turns out to be a mad kid in the society. And also that time that what's nephew to look after those kids, what did he get out of it? Nothing. We have some women, they sacrifice all their lives for their kids. But as I'm talking to you today, their kids' friends are the ones taking care of them because none of the kids turned out to be how they wanted these kids to be. Some people are out And these women, the same women, they run out to their kids' friends, they go to their offices, and these kids' friends, they see those aunties, they pity them, they look after them. Some people, they wasted all their years saying kids, kids, kids. Today, they need treatment. Their kids are nowhere. Their kids don't even have any love for them anymore. If it's a boy child, once he gets married, he's also thinking about his family. I know dear, for two trim. A mama, when you have boys, when they get to a certain age, they don't think about you anymore. They think about their girlfriends, their wives, the people that they want to be with. Sometimes you have to think that way also. And you, as that mother who sacrificed your whole life taking care of these kids, maybe your husband is no more. Your husband has passed away. You don't have any heritage. You don't have any money. You would have to go and beg one of your son's friend who is now a doctor to just give you, medication so you can also survive. Or to give you 100 cedis so that every morning when you wake up, you go and buy kosi, and then you go and buy cocoa. And you've calculated the 100 cedis that either before the 100 cedis gets finished, you have to look for another person who would also give you money so you can survive. Because let's be honest, people who are in Africa, there is nothing like, if you haven't worked, there is no retirement for you. You are not getting any retirement allowance. Nothing is being given to you. The way wotia na sana wotia, unko wanim unko wachi, ya mausika biya. If you've worked, at least you will have little allowance. If you are a government worker, you would have little allowance. If you worked abroad also, your retirement allowance would always flow until you die. When you have worked, if you live abroad and you've worked, once you are retired, you can even decide to live in Africa. You can live anywhere, but your retirement money will be given to you till the end of time. But if maybe your husband was a man who said, okay, you shouldn't work, said you should sit home, and then you shouldn't do anything. Your kids are grown. You are still at home, not doing anything. From morning till afternoon, you are seated watching TV as if you are a broadcaster. You are not doing anything. There is nothing lucrative that is coming your way. What's the hosa? Na dia sasa, wakoda sa, what they are sorry sa, what they are 1994 hosa, she enkopie from Bamuda. Look, man, I keep telling you that there is purification in the hearts for human beings, which is prayer. When you keep praying, wherever your kids are, the good Lord would always touch them, would always prevent them from doing what is bad. Some of you are from very good homes, but your kids have turned out to be what? Because of bad friends. Your kids would also have their friends. Even though you are giving them the training in the house, they also have their friends that they go to, they talk to, they work with. Anything can happen anytime. Maybe from childhood till maybe 20 years, your kids were listening to you. But now, they're not listening to you anymore. Maybe your girl has a boyfriend somewhere. Na onunkwa asem ene wura ne tirim. Oka bibia ontie. As a mother, oba odru age bia oka one was 15. They won't listen to you. You see, Ivy says there are some people who are working, but they still don't have anything in their bank account. My sister, half a loaf of bread is better than none. That one, at least the person is working, but you won't tell me that the person is working and not eating. And also swear. What's her name? Your friend is saying. I've forgotten her name. Yes, Ivy. We have people who are working, as you rightly said, people are working and they don't have any savings. But those people, they are able to survive because they are working, and that money they are getting from their earnings, they are able to survive with it. What about somebody who is not doing anything? Obi a what one and sawo say, "O shen sa enye pe." ebi wasimpi. Enti nipa kwana or ye adwuma. Even if the person is not saving, at least the person also makes a budget on how much he or she is earning. What about that, my sister? It's better than someone who's not doing anything. It's better than someone who's not doing anything. We have some people from very rich families who turned out to be very broke when they grew up. We have some people also, they started with nothing and now they are very successful in the society. So the fact that your husband is rich doesn't mean that all your kids are also going to be rich. The fact that your husband is taking care of you, you don't know. Nobody knows tomorrow. Men now idle without doing anything. When you work, every person, every woman, we have women who sell cassava in the market. They are very proud to say that, oh, my son is at the university. My daughter is at the university. She sells cassava. Everybody sees the cassava seller. And some people don't even respect the cassava seller. But the cassava seller is so proud to say that my son is at the university. Oh, my daughter is a nurse. Yes, my third born, she will graduate very soon. Isn't that beautiful? When you hear stories like that, aren't you happy? Aren't you so proud? Aren't you happy for those women? What about you? What is your story? What is your story? What do you have to say, my sister? What role model are you playing to your girls? Your girls would also look up to you. Well, me, when I grow up, I want to be like mommy. Mommy sits home, she doesn't do anything. My sister, that housewife life is beautiful. But what is hidden behind that housewife, it's something else. Especially if you don't have any guarantee, my sister. I guess a lot of you are housewives, you don't have any guarantee. If the man dies today, how are you going to survive? If the man dies today, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. You don't have any money saved somewhere in your name. It's not that you have a blocked account somewhere with maybe 100 million saying that, okay, this is what you would use should in case anything bad happens. You don't have any insurance. You don't have any allowance. What's your house? What's your media meteor? And sister, so once I see my American and yen sapan American show. Yen sapan and American show. You see, Esther says in the modern era, you should forget about the housewife. Let me tell you, the only moment I see myself as a housewife is when I come back home from work. I see myself as a housewife. Listen to this English very well. The moment I see myself as a housewife, the word housewife, is when I come back home and I know that I have to do my household duties as a wife. That is when I see myself as a housewife. But when I'm outside, I don't see myself as a housewife. When I'm outside, I see myself as an empowered wife. A woman a working class woman. That is how I see myself when I'm outside. Make that difference. Because when you're a housewife, what is the difference between a housewife and a woman working outside? The only difference is when you come home as a working class woman, you should also cook. You cook and your house is tidy. You tidy up everywhere. Your house is clean. You yourself, when you come back from work, you take your good shower. You use your good skincare products. Then those skincare products is that money that you are working for. That is what is going to pay your skincare products. You buy your skincare products where you see. When you are home, you cook, and then you cook tasty food. When your husband eats your food, he's happy. Send nipa wonsano no, ewo wonsano. What you say? What to her wonsano no? Like me, I know my handwriting when I cook. What I say, it's not that I'm boasting or something. I cook very well. I know I'm a good cook. I love to cook because I cook good food. What I say, me ye aduane me ye no bibia be wo mu bi. Say you stew na me ya, it has to have vegetables in there. What I say, the vegetables should also give this attractiveness to my sauce when I cook it. I know what to put. For instance, if I'm making a fish stew, let me put my case as an example. If I'm preparing a fish stew, it has to come with vegetables. I have to have spring onions in it. We know those spring onions. You see those green greens. I have to cut it and then put it in my fish stew. What I say, those spring onions, I have to cut them round and put in it. I know that fish stew also, sometimes I also put parsley. Me yen a parsley fish stew. Because once a parsley, we have two kinds of parsley. We have a parsley, a soft. And we have parsley that looks like plant near friend. Sorry to say, abrowakata or treno. Sorry. Once we have a parsley like that, and it's our parsley. No, when your fish stew, you know it's halfway now. Now parsley now, why in green no. Now with your good sauce in him, and then you stir. What's there? Now my fish stew, then you fine. Now my taste, now you come. Now fish stew. So over your curry, if you do a curry, how do you call it? Curry rice. Then you do the curry rice, and I said maybe turmeric rice, and then you eat with your fish sauce. So you see, that is a small example I've given you. And now said, if I cook my fish stew, maybe for my rice, if I want my rice to be different, I use those cheveux d'ange. So pasta and kitten no. Pasta and kitten your friend is cheveux d'ange no. Na me use no. Not just I say Italian kitten na wa rice no. Eye kama. Ukunu di rice where when him say nya abonten rice na wodi. When him say oba wa ye aduane e wo fie. One thing that makes us say a woman has to be creative. One son, no, you should always know what you have to cook. You know exactly what to cook and how to make your food attractive. When you are cooking, you have to be tasting your food. You taste your food and control everything. You control that everything is okay. There's not too much pepper. There's not too much salt. You know, everything. Not too much oil also. Because of cholesterol, not too much oily. You get it? And when you're using oil, also use good oil. Use olive oil to cook. Olive oil is expensive. But what olive oil? Kakra now with your good sauce. Now they are adriane. You see, all these are little ideas that I'm giving you. What can't you do as a woman, my sister? A woman, look, most women, they are the first to wake up and they are the last to go to bed. If I say the last to go to bed, you are the last to control everything in your house, that everything is put at the right place. Even if you can't do all, leave the rest for next day. Next day, everybody gets up in your home and goes to work. When you come back, you do it. As I say, you wash your dishes, everything, everywhere is clean. Oba unyamre, edi ye juma, enyamre to take care of your home. No, nyankopo as an angel. Obia peso yo adeboni bia nipa kona nkasa betiato because nyankopon nim say wasuma ware what you say so what it's like nyankopon ekura what say we abodua baby. There is nothing bad that can happen to you. Have you realized that women like that, anytime that you have a bad friend, somebody who comes into your life with something bad, nipa kona nkasa every life mu eko by on one kasa because nyankopon epamu nipa kono oba be se wo bra ama no opamu nipa kono efri won chen. And you know, when a woman works, she always has money. She has money as her savings. She has money to spend, and she has when a woman is working, when a woman is working, she has money to spend. When a woman is working, she has money all the time in her purse. When she goes out, she would never lack anything that she has to buy and come home. Everything that needs to be bought, she buys everything because owosika e won the purse ma wotimi to bibia. Na make Ukokotuto eniema ewo krom, and maybe you needed one last thing for your sauce to be nice, but because of lack of money, you couldn't buy it. And when you came home, that one thing that couldn't be bought, it makes the sauce different. You see, my dear sisters, when I say we have to work, there are so many reasons why we have to work. Sometimes your parents would also need you. They would also need you financially. You can't be going to ask your husband all the time to help you for your families. If you are going to ask your husband to help you for your families, remember that your husband also has his own family. He himself, he has his own bills. He has his own bills that he's taking care of. He has the bills of the house he's taking care of. He has you and the kids that he's taking care of as his bills. And if you have to add your parents also to his bill and that, my sister, do you think so when a bear man mobet me acquired directory? Ube busana all the time. My mother needs medication. I have to give her money. Making so or school fees and kwala. He hasn't paid for that. Maybe you as a woman also, you would need money for your sanitary pad. You would need money for your phone. You need to buy maybe a new charger for your phone. You need to buy maybe how do you call it? Hello Dorothy. You need to buy other stuffs for your phone. And so on. And now. There will be too much tension, sweetheart. They can't even do it. Some of you, we also think that because he's a man, or but some women are earning more than their husbands. What about that? Some women are working and they are earning cash more than their husbands. Women, we think that men always have a salary that is higher than their wives. Some men are working, but when a woman is also working, some women even earn higher than their husbands, and they don't complain. They still put themselves way under their husbands, way too low for that respect to reign in the family, because we say the head of the family. Let him still be the head of the family. But now, even if you are the tail of the family, some women are really, really doing so well. Your husband secretly admires you. He loves you for your courage when you work. Your husband sees you as a good wife. Your husband sees you as a role model to his kids. Your husband is so proud of you. He can't even tell you. Your husband can even tell you, because some men, especially African men, they don't appreciate what they have. Most of these African men, he sees you. Instead of him to also encourage you, for you to be happy with what you are doing, he won't say anything. He will secretly admire you. He will tell his friends how you are really doing so well in whatever you are doing. Or my wife is doing so well. But telling you in front of him, telling you for you to also be happy because your husband is supporting you, they won't do it. You ask him questions, instead of him to support you, he'll pretend as if he's not interested in what you are saying. But secretly, he's admiring what you are doing. He's so proud of you. He can't express it, because when he expresses himself that he's so proud of you, answer that. How to explain for you to understand. But for instance, if I take myself, and maybe my husband will see me and say, Adam, you are doing so well. An African man, we all know how these African men are. Not everybody, but most of them, they won't say it. But secretly, he's happy with what he's seeing. And see, if you know your husband better than I do, if you're seeing that in his eyes, it means that you are doing so well. Even if he doesn't say that to you. Because the word love, it doesn't come from before. What I say, that word love is from white people. Because we Africans, we find it very difficult to express our love. Very difficult to express so many things. We see white people, their love language. When you see them outside, they are kissing, they are holding each other, they are just portraying love. But before, for us to even stand outside, for your husband to even caress you outside, maybe you're not worth. Boyfriend so abeso on some say what the best in yen saa because enye love no enye sa na ye. And to some of you, you've read a lot of books. You've read Mills and Boone, Pacesetters, Daniel Steele, Penny Jordan, and so many movies. And you want your husband to be just like that. But unfortunately, it's not be before. No, they don't know that. Be before me, man. Most of them, they don't know that. Thank you so much, Laila. And this sweet as our Hannah Sawashamia. Me pacho. Meant na say nye too late koko ye adwuma what sister baby obe start bia eye baby wo start baby a nyankopon so do bedru baby if you don't start at all you won't get anywhere. You see yeah, because especially we African women, we love so much love. We love to be loved. And we love when we see love in the eyes of a man. When a man expresses himself to us that he loves us, we love to hear it. We love to feel it. And we love to always have that love around us. But unfortunately, our African men, the first time, maybe for our African men, maybe the first time he's telling you that he loves you, that's it. He would be with you for the rest of your life. One team free na no say you love me. Aja one kasa wa be kom to kabi ashana no so do you still love me? Was now if I don't love you, would I be here with you? My sister, we are not ready for that. My sister, baby, you will self-love and looking for your own kalisi, looking for your own cash no. Ma eno any genuine be occupy you more. Look, oba wo ye adwuma you are doing so well. And from a papa bi na ball. Oba wo ye adwuma wo nye sika no. My sister, wonnam kwampa na wa ye to sell lavender everywhere. You see, me, if I have time, I would sit here and then I talk plenty. When you have filled yourself with happiness, I keep telling every woman that learn to be happy by your own. Learn to be happy alone before you fall in love. When you learn to be happy alone before you fall in love, even if you fall in love and it doesn't go well and you are heartbroken, that love and that happiness that you have in your heart, it would always make you happy. Yeah, it's high time women work. Omanye adwuma udru baby a wouldn't allowance, wouldn't need any hope. Oma ye adwuma no people who have worked no nyina na udru baby a you can't work anymore. Sikana wo dia ye adwuma first no. If you are a government worker, you are going to receive your pension because you've worked. And if you have worked as a businesswoman, maybe you have built some businesses that would still run even when you are retired. But so what's ho and when you share for yourself, what's ho? Obi ejapade na odo ho akotare. Obi ma ejapade na odo ho akotare say my husband. My husband who the year okonya na ejapade no. Is the ejapade yours? Do you know how he earned his money? And in case of divorce, if he tells you that you didn't bring anything, how would you feel? And how would you take it? You have to go back from where you started. The fact that you are married to somebody, the fact that somebody loves you, doesn't mean that you should stop loving yourself. The fact that somebody says he loves you doesn't mean that you should stop living. You live for your own. The day you die by yourself. You're not going to be buried with your husband. Maybe you will go before him and I say he will go before you. Mumu bako beko before bako. Enti bako na ekono. And yes, you could bury you because you came with your husband, my sister. Some women married, I didn't work out for them. They live omo baby and they're happy. I pity women who don't work. That is the word. I pity women who don't work and who don't have anything as a guarantee, but omu hope ni bibia is on the man. Omu hope any bibia is on the man. Why is it that when you work, you do some contribution towards your retirement? Because when you are retired, and then Yemfa Titi is retired. He's not acting anymore. Was it any allowance? Was it she emba? When ni one kobo kura wodi be didi. Neni that's one wine. A man no do mechi aside chicks no. And then me sure say man no mungina omoti omo baby omoti oma worry mo baby edwuna omo be working. And see, if you waste your years will definitely be wasted. What goes around comes around. If you waste your years clockwise, your years will be wasted anti-clockwise. Back to square one. A whole university graduate, you finish school. What's it? My husband says he doesn't want me to work. Why did you go to the university then? Adiza is not all about capital. Adiza, every work is not business, sweetheart. You can also work for somebody. Adiza, if that money that you are looking for, let me also straighten up with this point. Some people who haven't worked before, they don't value money. So even if somebody gives them 10,000, they would waste that 10,000 just in a day. The money got wasted. Some people, they've never, imagine someone who has never worked before. Someone who has never worked in her entire life. And the person is looking for a capital of 10,000. Would you give it to the person? Me personally, Adama, I wouldn't. Because that 10,000, she wouldn't know how to manage that money. She wouldn't be able to use that money for you to be happy with that investment. She would waste the money and then she'll come back to you that sikana shit. Me do koto we but eniama no me nya ne se ne wo se me nya no sika no me de ko hanum se ne me de eniama no kome ma nkrofo besia ena sika no o ma amfa ma me na me ne o mo kontoka nti me pa acho wo de me srew don Allah yena sama me kakra. People who haven't worked before, my sister, work for somebody and feel money first. Know how to value money first. When you value money, then you can take it from there. Value money is what? Keeping your own little savings also. Putting that little money aside is also valuing money. When you value money and you put that money aside, you yourself, you will know how it feels to do this for money. Sometimes you even want to sleep, but your alarm would wake you up. Sorry. When you come, but still, when you think that yes, man must work, woman must work. What to one person. When you come bread, but you have to get out there and go and work. You don't wait for someone's capital. You don't wait for, and if for 10, 15 years, nobody has helped you, it means that you are not going to work, then my sister, you have a big problem. You can work for somebody. Working for somebody and saving. My sister, look, you can even work, listen to me, you can even work as a maid servant. Maid servant, you are working for somebody, in a month, if the person is paying you 500, and you are the 500, let me count for 500 in a year, how much you are going to get. That is how you get your capital. You don't wait till Bimbe for capital. So 500 times 12. In a year, you have 6,000 Ghana cedis. That is how you count money. What you say? Into what to her? Nasa what to Hanum say? Now what can't me say you are waiting for somebody to give you a capital, and the capital is not coming out. You can work as a maid servant. You can work at two places. Maybe from morning to this time, you work at this place. You are charging the person 400, and then from this time to this time, you work at this place. You go to the woman's house. Maybe you help her. You clean her. In a month, if both people, if these two people are to pay you, even if they are to pay you, wait 350, 700 Ghana a month. If it's two people, when you split it and it's two people, you see how the money is. When it takes 700 in a month, obi we say okay mama me ba be boa de bia oni ama ne say because your grace say abroad, but in a month we try make 400. Women who are working, they are ready to pay. People who are empowered, they are ready to pay because they know the wahala in doing all those groceries. They know the wahala in going to the market and buying all those things. It's, for instance, if you are taking 700 for somebody from 2 people in a month, in a year, how much do you have? My goodness, you have 8,400. 8,400 is that's not a capital. Maybe going to those people's place, you eat from there. They give you food to eat. They give you food. Maybe every day they pity you. They give you even 10 cedis as transportation. You take your Troxy. What for trotro? What started with trotro? Maybe one day Obabeka Ferrari. Now what to Ferrari? We'll see. Do you know how I started? If I'm to tell you my story. So I started as a maid servant. Hey, maid servant. We're free. In a year, we're free. You have your capital. Nobody will come and joss you. Nobody will come and ring you early morning that she's cursing you because you haven't paid her money. You have borrowed money from her. Now you have your peace of mind. You don't have anybody's problem. One person juma to earn that capital. And when you have that capital, you know how to spend that money very well. My dear sisters, I have to go. I have somebody waiting for me outside, okay? I have to go, and in the evening, when I have time, I'll come back. Because they say, I also make cocoa to Tonyama, and then I may have a chef fish, and also may do a check with me fear, what I say. Or bow of fear, a Diana would dinner, a dear Ukunupe, no I am. My husband loves a check until and you may, a dear baby, maybe fish, maybe a check. Maybe how do you kill it with kakra? I have to go and buy cucumber, I have to buy tomatoes, I have to buy pepper. My bad, my fry, my fish, may you a franopa, may is in the kitchen. I'm going to prepare that in the evening. Na yedi. And so what that one jumano, no. Then you do what your husband likes. You know the food that he loves to eat. Oh, dinner no need diabo, no donayede, ne fear some diabe fear, and one yepe. O baby, some yepe. Obia mpe toka woni fie entoka na ye free sa erani next day e china mpa wa sore ukoye adwuma no so koye adwuma obia ni mu fie anwumre, then you all meet here again, and then tomorrow evening it's weekend. Because I love it. I love the fish when it's hot, when you are eating it and then the vapor in your mouth is like, and I love the kilewille also. I love it when it's hot. And I check it without pepper there. Then my sister, you are not eating a check. The acheke, it has to have pepper. It was a pepper, a womb. What I say? Pepper would, because pepper now crampon is antibiotic. Pepper now crampon is good for coronavirus. It's so nobody. What baba presentation or what? Say na me baba. Let me show you how I present it. A bowl of what fish, a bowl of kalewili, and then the acheke. I usually put it in a couscous tie. Once I water rice, sieve a yina sheshroom, and kitten into chrono. And now when you heat the acheke in it now, and my acheke no, a ye 111 fine. What I say? It's now no presentation. And some people, they also put little lime in the how do you call it, the cucumber, the tomatoes. Because it's in the evening, we wouldn't take onions, because normally would DJ na jene and my 1 cent eba. I wouldn't put any onions. What I say? Now what di mat nase, ma TV, na masre. Ope crampa na why ginger drink. Ori I know about 7 ginger drink. But no TV, now so TV. Na mat nase na mahwe. Mo sire wi na makoda. Mokoda ntoka bie ni ho na ade achi na obia akoye na dwuma ewiase na anu ane yekon. There's nothing like baby dear nye. One was a woman or dear yede. One, you know how to handle yours. Whatever is happening in your home, you know how to handle it better than anybody. What I say, Bema Warren, you should know him. You should study your husband. Know the kind of person you are married to, what he likes and what he doesn't like. Maybe I know my husband loves fish a lot. He loves fish more than meat. So most of the meals that I make, I use fish a lot. And you know, we French people, we love fish generally. And you know, there's another way that maybe one day I'll talk about that. French people, when they make their jollof, when they do their jollof rice, they take parsley, garlic, pepper, normal pound it together with little spice. They pound it. Or more pound there. spice no obo na omudi nsuo kakra fra na is in a paste form, a green paste form. Then you take that, now there's chef fish inside no, and then you fry the fish, and then they make jollof rice with it. We call it chep jam with vegetables. So you see, there's a lot to learn, my sister. There's a lot to learn with Adama, but just that because of time factor, but as and when we want time, I'll come online and then we talk. Okay, thanks to everybody. Have a blessed day. May Allah bless you, my sister. Let's wake up and work. Okay, take my advice, no, and also be humble, be prayerful. Don't let anybody deceive you with love. Love doesn't buy you anything. Love is a story, is a feeling. What you say? Love is a love story. You hear it in your ears. Love is a feeling, asa. But things that are going to be bought for you, your expenses, it's money that will buy you those expenses. And that money is when you don't work, you don't have it. And if you don't work, men are going to use you. They would sleep with you before they give you anything. And do you want to sleep with 100 people before anything that you want is given to you? Are people always going to use you like that before you get what you want, my sister? I don't think you deserve that. You don't deserve to sleep with a lot of men. Women are working out there. Be like those women. Go out there to also work. When you work, you will meet a lot of people. You have a lot of opportunities. Those of you who are single, when you work out there, one day, you meet somebody who would see you and wants you as a wife. Wow, what if you? Wow, when you are not married? Bema ben na eba be fasa ayi keshirewe aswa enne memo mabano omo mpe oba onye adwuma. Me in my family, my kid brothers, none of them wants to marry a woman who doesn't want to work. I remember when my kid brother was about to marry his wife, the first thing my mommy asked the wife was, my kid brother was, is your wife working? And I say, yes, my wife is working. Until you see, even our mothers, they want working class women. And it's a way of quadrophore. Meme busuamu they won't mean bami. Because meme busuamu ye 9. What I say, a mass 6 will be a year juma. A memano so be a year juma. And it's a oba me busuamu, nasa oba betanasi, say what they waba magajia, oba our rema, also so our and then I would debam. What are you bringing in that marriage? You can't just get up like that, say I'm maybe worry. Oba worry saying, what is your package? You as a woman, what have you packed before the man comes to marry you? Aside your beauty, aside your feature, but is that what man is going to eat? Is that what man is going to eat? I guess not. Yeah, until I have to go, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Bless you all. Salam alaikum. I have to run my